Have you ever felt like you're trying to heal, but nothing seems to be changing? You're doing the work, you're learning, reflecting, growing, trying to understand yourself, and yet, some days it still feels heavy. Some days it feels like you're making no progress at all. If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know something important. Healing rarely feels the way people expect it to. Most people imagine healing as a straight line, a steady climb toward feeling better. But real healing is rarely like that. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, it's often invisible, and sometimes the biggest signs of healing don't feel like healing at all. Here are 7 signs you're healing, even if it doesn't feel like it. Number 1, you're becoming more aware of your patterns, things you used to do automatically. You now notice. Maybe you recognize when you're people pleasing. Maybe you notice your negative self-talk. Maybe you catch yourself repeating old habits. At first, this awareness can feel frustrating because now you see the problem more clearly. But awareness is not failure. Awareness is growth. You cannot change what you cannot see. Number 2, you're setting boundaries, and it feels uncomfortable. Many people think boundaries should feel empowering immediately. Sometimes they do, but often they feel guilty, awkward, unnatural, especially if you've spent years putting everyone else's needs before your own. The discomfort doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It often means you're doing something new. Number 3, you're no longer tolerating things that once felt normal. Relationships, behaviors, situations, things you once accepted, now feel out of alignment. This can make life feel uncertain because what once felt familiar no longer feels right, but that's often a sign of growth. Healing changes what you're willing to accept. Number 4, you spend more time alone, not because you're isolating yourself, but because you're becoming more comfortable with your own company. For many people, being alone used to feel frightening. Silence felt uncomfortable. Stillness felt empty. But healing often teaches us something beautiful, that being alone is not the same as being lonely. Number 5, old wounds hurt differently now. You still feel pain. You still get triggered. You still have difficult days. But something has changed. You recover faster. You understand yourself better. You respond with more compassion. Healing doesn't mean never feeling pain again. It means developing a healthier relationship with that pain. Number 6, you care less about what everyone thinks. Not because you've stopped caring entirely, but because you've started caring more about your own truth. The need for approval slowly loses its grip. You stop trying to be everything for everyone and start asking, what feels right for me? That question alone can change a life. And number 7, you're learning to be kinder to yourself. Maybe not every day, maybe not perfectly, but more than before. You notice your mistakes without attacking yourself. You struggle without believing you're a failure. You fall without deciding you're broken. And that may be one of the most powerful forms of healing there is. Because for many people, the deepest wound was never what happened to them. It was the way they learned to treat themselves afterward. The truth is, healing isn't becoming a new person. Healing is returning to the person you were before fear, before shame, before constant self-judgment, before the world convinced you that you weren't enough. And that process takes time, sometimes a lot of time. There will be days when it feels like you're moving backwards, days when old emotions return, days when old fears reappear. But that doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean healing isn't happening. Sometimes, old wounds become visible because they're finally ready to be healed. So if you're in a difficult season right now, be patient with yourself. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be fully healed. You don't need to become perfect. Just keep going. Keep listening. Keep showing up for yourself. Because healing is not a destination. It's a relationship with yourself. And maybe the fact that you're even watching this means you're already further along than you think. And perhaps one day you'll look back on this chapter of your life and realize that while it didn't feel like healing at the time, it was healing all along.